This video is going to be all about how to write really great introductions for your Hofblogger posts. I believe that the introduction is actually the most important part of your post. It's really the part of the article that also tends to give writers the most difficulty. I think a lot of the time when you sit down to write, you are trying to figure out exactly where your post is going, and the introduction can suffer from that. I see a lot of fluff in introductions. I see a lot of not getting to the point right away. So what we're going to do is try and nail down a formula that will help you immediately get to the point with your intro, generate some interest, and really have the reader buy what you're selling right away. And they tend to, in that case, really pay attention and appreciate everything else that comes in the post. So what we are going to do is use a formula called AIDA, AIDA. And this is actually a famous copywriting formula. So, and it's something that you can actually take with you through any other copywriting that you do, not just for the Hoff. So let's talk about what it means. So it's actually an acronym. The A is going to stand for attention. And this is your hook, basically. This is going to be the first part of your intro. This is where you are going to try and grab the reader's attention, generate some interest, and really get them hooked on reading the rest of your post. This is not accomplished with generalities. You know, this is not common knowledge. You don't want to use fluff. Your first sentence shouldn't be something like, you know, the internet has changed everything over time, right? But it's not saying anything new. Everybody knows this. Great things to do are to grab some data. You could even make a joke. You could say something controversial, but definitely stay away from generalities in your hook. So that's going to be the first part of your intro. The second part is going to be where you create interests. So that definitely shares you know, some characteristics with attention. You're still trying to keep your readers on the hook. But this is where the interest phase is actually where you're going to connect that hook to the post's content. And I'm going to show you guys some examples of this too, don't worry. So the next part of your intro is going to be desire. And so you've already had the hook, you've grabbed their attention, you've generated some interest, and now you're going to let them know why this post is important to them, how it's going to improve whatever it is they're doing and change their life for the better. And then the final piece of your introduction is action. So this is where you're going to inspire the reader to do something. And in the intro, most of the time, it will generally be to read the rest of the post. So you could say, you know, like ready to learn more, keep reading, etc., something like that. Totally fine. So we're gonna take a look, and you guys actually have these written, but we'll take a look at a couple of examples. So here's an introduction that does work. Here's the hook. So it's just the first sentence. That's all you need for attention is one sentence. Every one of these, attention, interest, desire, and action, they could all be one sentence. So YouTube. It's the second largest search engine on the planet. So that's pretty attention grabbing, right? So a lot of people may not know that. It's not a general thing like YouTube, a lot of people watch it. No, it's giving a fact that a lot of people may not know. Second sentence, or second and third sentence, excuse me, are where the writer is generating interest. Why wouldn't you want to leverage that kind of audience? But it's also one of the most competitive ad markets on the planet. And if you fail on YouTube, you fail miserably. Okay, so this is generating some interest. It's still keeping the reader on the hook, but it's also giving an idea of where this post is going. So YouTube, we had the hook, second largest search engine on the planet. Here's our interest, and it's letting the reader know that we're going to talk about how to leverage the YouTube audience in this post. And then we actually have a combo, desire and action. I've got your back, however. I'm here to present the 5 worst YouTube marketing failures in the history of advertising, and I'll also show you how to avoid them. So this is a little playful, right? Here's the action. You're going to read the 5 worst YouTube marketing failures, and then the desire is the reader's going to learn how to avoid them. Okay, so that's one example of using AIDA in your intro, and we could do one more. So Here's your attention. You're starting a family, congrats. By this point, you have friends and family cooing over ultrasound pictures and sending car seat advice. But the real question is, where are you going to raise this kid, right? So this is the attention really here, right? So we're going to get the reader on the hook. And here's interest. In the United States, a difference of only a few miles can mean a change in school quality, job outlook, and even cultural offerings. So this is where we are still keeping the reader on the hook, but we are connecting, right, this to the rest of the post. So the reader now knows that this post is really going to be about best places to raise a family, right? Desire for families looking for the best. We compiled a list of the top 5 cities in America to raise a family. Cool. So how this post will help the reader is they'll know the best places to raise their family. Action, take a look. You might just find your new home. So this is great. So we can also take a quick look at the intros that don't work. Well, we can take a look at this first one. So here's an example of a sort of common knowledge, general hook. The feature of our homes is green and environmentally friendly. Doesn't really say much. There's no data there. Doesn't do anything to grab the reader's attention. So here's their interest. With so many earth-friendly products to choose from to fit every household's needs, there's no excuse not to be living more sustainably. This is just super vague. What friendly products? There are a lot of different kinds of households. I don't know. There's nothing really connecting this, and then there's no excuse to be living more sustainably. I don't know. It doesn't really do anything to inspire interest, I don't think. Desire. So if you're looking to do your part and add a few more eco products to your home, then you've come to the right place. There's actually also a typo in this. Oh, no, there isn't. Oops. Okay, so this does not generate any sort of desire, right? It's not really convincing the reader of anything. All right, so check out these 5 awesome eco-friendly goods. That's fine for action, even though there is actually a typo here, which should be eco-friendly. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys figure out, how to just make really awesome introductions that'll inspire your readers to keep going. So remember, we're going to start with attention. It's going to be your hook. It can be 1 sentence. Don't be general. Be controversial and have fun. Interest. We're going to take the hook, keep it going, but connect it to the rest of your post. Desire, that's going to be the 3rd part, and you're going to let the reader know in a sentence or 2 why, how this post is going to make their life better. And then action can just be 1 sentence, and you're going to, invite the reader to keep reading or find out what they'll learn from your post. Okay, thanks guys.